Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number one. No, it's not 100, is it? Episode
Oh.
number 2. I was so confident I was going to get it right there and figure it out as I was talking, but I was too late. Episode number 213. Thank you for joining us. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by Neil.
Hi.
Hi.
It's supposed to be energy, Neil. Come on.
Everyone
You
all
ready?
right?
Yeah, all right.
Good.
Very
And-
good, thank you.
all right.
I had a lovely sleep last night. I went to bed
Ooh.
about 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Complete
Yeah.
opposite to Neil and I.
Yeah. I said to the missus early night tonight. She's like, "Oh yeah." I was like,
No.
"I'm knackered. I'm sleeping."
Nothing to do with you, love.
And yeah, I had a lovely sleep. Although I
Okay.
did wake up at like 4 o'clock. My sort of body clock was like, "You've had your normal amount of sleep." Well, you had more than your normal amount. So I was like, "No, definitely not waking up." So I sort of laid there for about half hour. I was like, "Oh, I could go downstairs and put the dishwasher." And go straight back to
Oh,
sleep.
nice. Yeah, right. That's good. When you woke up, your brain thought you were. Hang on, this is the time you normally go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
happens to
but-
me regularly.
Yeah, for the listeners, Neil and I are just bitching and moaning at each other for keeping the other one up last night. Too late playing games.
Well, you know,
But there we go. Just like kids,
it was
right?
way past 9 p.m. for you.
It was way past my bedtime. All right, it's good to be back. Neil, do you want to just get us going on some football stuff?
Yeah, I just got to find
Yes.
it. Find
yeah?
it on my little. Because there's lots of games this week, wasn't
There was. I mean, I can
So
talk
I've got a
about
bit of
stuff.
extra to go. Well, I've got it.
Have you got it?
I'm ready.
Have you got it? Have you got it?
Can you
All
see
right,
by
I'm
the
just
way
gonna
my
wait.
face
It's all right,
is
I
all
just wanna help
white
you out.
now? Where it's all like
I want to
lit
help.
up
Oh
on my
yeah.
screen. Right,
right.
so we had the extra game weeks in extra games in game week 25. So there's a few extra fixtures. So we'll crack on. Liverpool beat Brentford 4-1 away. Arsenal battered Burnley 5-0 away. Villa beat Fulham 2-1 away. And Newcastle and Bournemouth drew 2-2. Forest was the first home victory, beat West Ham 2-0. And then back to away wins. Wolves beat Spurs. Man City and Chelsea drew 1-1. Brighton absolutely smashed Sheffield United 5-0 away. Man United beat Luton away 2-1.
Boo.
Yeah, fucking gifted them, didn't we? Anyway, Everton and Palace drew 1-1. Then Man City, the extra fixtures. Man City beat Brentford 1-0 at home. And the bin dippers. Liverpool beat Luton 4-1.
Boo.
Yeah, we went 1-0 up, but yeah,
Wasn't
that was
to
just
be.
asking. That was asking for trouble, wasn't it? So,
Yep.
yeah. So on the bonus points for players, we had Cody Gakpo in the first Liverpool fixture, took the free. Martin Odegaard back in form lately for Arsenal. Got his bonus points. Ollie Watkins of Aston Villa. Dominic Solanke of Bournemouth. The boring strikers that everyone hates, except me, obviously, because they're boring. Hudson-Odoi of Forest, who's been in good form lately. João Gomez from nowhere scores 2 for Wolves.
Yeah.
Rodrigo, Man City.
Oh my God.
Saved some people's teams this week, I think.
1 week I didn't have him in.
Oh, was it?
It's
Oh,
good.
that's a shame, isn't it?
It's a lot of that going on.
Lewis Dunk of Brighton took their 3 bonus points, and the now injured Rasmus Højlund from Man United got the bonuses in the Luton game. Probably massively assisted by our defence for the first goal.
Oh, was that what's his name? Something? I can't remember his name. The Luton defender, didn't he just pass the ball back?
Basically just passed it straight to Rasmus Højlund, and he went for and passed the keeper.
Terrible.
That was in 30 seconds. It was like, oh, there's a good start. Great.
You're at home.
Yeah. Anyway, less said about that, the better. Dwight McNeil of Everton got his bonus points in that game. The second Man City game, it was Manuel Akanji got the 3 bonus points. And in the last game, 2 players got 3 bonus points. Harvey Elliott of Liverpool, Chiedozie Ogbene of Luton, who scored the opener, managed to get 3 bonus points.
Oh, yeah?
Despite Liverpool scoring 4
Elliott
goals.
Get 3 points.
Yeah, well, he did well. He got assists and stuff, didn't he? I can't remember what it was.
I don't like his haircut.
Well, that's, You're an old man.
They
I'm
should
not
take
sure.
him. They
Don't
should
know what he
take
thinks
3
about
points
your
off
haircut.
for his haircut.
Uh,
Not worried about my haircut. I'm not on TV. He says
you
on
are.
TV.
You're on right now. Someone might be watching on an actual TV, not a mobile phone device or whatever. So, player of the week in the game, there was 2 players that scored. I think it was 17 points because I didn't actually write that down. But both Liverpool players, Alexis McAllister scored a goal, got 2 assists and 2 bonus points across the 2 games. And Cody Gakpo scored 2 goals, 1 assist, and he got 3 bonus points across 2 games. On 1 game performance only, 2 players scored 15 points. Simon Adingra, I think it's Simon because he's French, or he's French speaking. Sorry, he's from Ivory Coast. And Bukayo Saka.
Lol.
Both scored 15 points.
How many points has Saka
I
scored?
think
since you
Saka
turfed him?
scored as many points as my entire squad since I transferred him out. So there we go. That was a blinding move. The fucking wild card has been a complete disaster. It was looking all right until Jota scores.
Don't. I put him
A
in
great
as well.
score, got a goal, got an assist.
You're like, here we
for
go.
Darwin. It's like,
The
yes,
flood
here we
is
go.
coming.
And then fucking someone fell on his knee, and that's fucked him up for about 3 months.
Honestly, I was just like, get up. Come on, just get up. Jesus, stop milking it. Every time I shout at someone for milking it, they're properly injured.
Yeah, there was a horror tackle. Was that this weekend? Mason Holgate in the Sheffield United game, they got battered. Yeah, it was that game because I think it was still 0-0. And he went to try and clean out Mitoma, but actually play the ball. And he takes this huge swing at the ball, completely misses the ball with his right foot, and his right foot lands on just above Mitoma's knee, and you can see Mitoma's foot's on the ground at the same time. It just pushes his knee out sideways, and then Holgate's left foot touches the ball after he's flattered it. And he's just turns around and says, What? It was fine. It was fine. And I was like, the commentator was going, that's disgraceful. That's a disgusting tackle. I was like, calm down, mate. I've seen way worse than that. And then they showed it again. I was like, yeah, that doesn't look great, does it?
Yeah, buckling knees and things like that.
But yeah, he was okay anyway. Mitoma's out injured, apparently, for this week. Or might be out injured this week. But nothing to do with that, I'm sure. But, yeah, so fucking FPL can fuck off anyway. So I better move on because people are still playing the game and interested. The top
You're
scorer,
still playing the game. Stop that attitude.
I'm just not interested anymore.
Stop it.
I'm trying, but everything's fucking not going well. So yeah, it's getting quite annoying.
Stop tinkering.
I've got to take a -4 this week. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Oh my god! Don't do it to yourself.
I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it. I've decided. I'm taking a -4.
I took a -4 this week.
I've got so many fucking injuries. It's doing my head in. Right. Anyway,
I couldn't tell you the last time I took a -4. Certainly haven't done it this season.
It won't be the first time I've done it this season.
No, I did the wild card. I put in 3 Liverpool players, 3 Luton players, 3. Free hit. 3 Brentford, 3 Luton. Basically, a full squad of everyone playing double game week. And bizarrely, I mean, you've got Liverpool, and then you've got Brentford, and then you've got Man City, and then you've got Luton. I mean, great shit. And bizarrely, I scored exactly average over the with the points haul. So
yeah. Do you normally have Saka in your team?
No.
Oh, what have you pinned him off?
I've never had Saka in my team.
Have you not? Really?
Not that I can remember.
Oh, yeah. You were singing his praises the other week. Now you can't take these players out because they're like fruit machines. They eventually pay out, and you haven't even got him.
But you can't have them all though, can you? That's the thing. I mean,
no, this
obviously
is true.
Saka's, as soon as I change now and put Saka in, he'll go for his dry
Can you please
spell.
do that? Can you do that, please? So anyway, as I was about to say, the top scorer on the week in our league, Angelo, your mate Angelo, scored 97.
Angie. Yeah, he did well. And I looked at his team today. He didn't do any free hits or anything. He just
he's just got lucky.
Just
or maybe he'd
out.
planned
Yeah.
accordingly. best laid plans for me went right down the shitter.
Dave, how'd you get on?
I did well this week. Yeah,
Did you beat me?
Yeah,
Oh, you did, didn't you? Beat
81
both of
points,
us.
baby.
Yeah, there we
Nice.
go. See, this is what it's all about.
Yeah. Didn't make the top
30
three.
of them. 30 of them from Holland, or do you already triple captained?
20.
Oh, you
No, yeah, only 20.
you triple captains. You wasted your triple captain before, didn't you?
Probably, yeah.
No, I remember. It
My
was
son
on
bench
some
boosted
Muppet.
last week, and he got 92 points. He was in second, and then
Oh
Andy,
mate,
Cox,
your
and
son
Joel,
is just off
91.
the leash. It's unreal. I looked at him today. He's ranked 25th, 25,000, top 25,000 or something.
He was
That's
looking at the
outrageous.
prizes the other day for winning the whole
Yeah.
thing.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, you never know. You never know. I mean, he's
still
definitely
got he's still got his triple captain,
Has it?
and he's
Oh,
still got his
okay.
wild card, and he's what's the other one? Still got his free hit. I think he played a bench boost last week, which wasn't amazing, but he scored more than most people in the league. He had green arrows everywhere again, I imagine.
Don't sound so pleased for him.
No, he needs to get on with his GCSEs now. So yeah, he will be unsurprised to hear that he is still first in the league on 1,589 points. David Kingsit moved up to second, 1,497. My wife is up to third, 1,490.
Stonking it. Lou is stonking it.
Yep. Don't need to tell me. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't pressed the button.
Don't need to tell you that you're getting absolutely schooled by your wife and son.
My entire family.
Well, the only one who isn't schooling you is the one who doesn't care about it.
She's not really playing. Yeah,
she's daddy's girl.
I'm sure she's gonna beat me one point this soon because
she's doing. Don't stop talking like that. Come on, you can do it, Neil. Focus on what's above you and let's go.
Okay.
Where are you anyway in this league?
9th.
Oh, you're only behind me. That's all right. So focus on me. Focus on me. We'll fight up. You and I, we can join together.
Gar went above both of us.
Right. Yeah, look at that. Fucking Gary's got well out of his station. He's gone above me, like some sort of weird stealth assassin, American stealth assassin. I think they've done some sort of American football move where Lou is like bedazzled us by
he's like
his funky movements behind us.
It's like a fake
While Gary,
blitz.
Yeah, blitz or something, right? And
Fake
Gary's
blitz.
run through the middle.
Gone to rush the quarterback, but then dropped into the safety positions and like taken out the receiver. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. It sounded a bit like American football.
It sounds good though. And Christian, who's sided, who's obviously who's betrayed his UK brethren and his friends with the Americans, is pushing up there with Gary. It's all topsy turvy, and we need to sort this out, Neil.
Okay, I'll try and do better.
You can do better, and I know you will.
Well, I did look better last year. Maybe it was just it was a one season wonder. There we go.
That's all right. Where are we now? What game week are we? 26?
26. 12
weeks.
13 to go, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, all right. 13 weeks. We can do this. I mean, I think the top 3, that's tough. In fact, top 4.
5, 6, 7.
5, yeah, no.
Yeah, two-thirds of the way through, so you still got,
one absolute blinder can really catapult you up.
Yeah.
I mean, between us and the top is only 60, right? So, I mean, we're running out of time, but still.
Not us and the top.
I believe we can fly.
Us and second, there's 60 points. Not for the top. That's like another 100 points.
Oh, the top. No one's talking about Lord Adam at the top. That's different.
Yeah. Okay.
I really need to sort some trophies out.
Do you? Oh, it'll be well. Oh, I've got to fucking sign in. Look, I can't be asked. I'm not going to show the other league because it wants me to sign, and I ain't fucking doing that now.
I can do it.
Yeah, but you can't put it up on the stream. I've got it written down anyway.
Oh, okay. Right.
So head-to-head league. Give you the scores on the doors. Adam beat Dave 88 points to 81.
First
Dave,
really good week.
Dave has a good week. Yeah. Actually, he must have taken a -4 last week. Because he's on 88.
Oh,
correct.
Lou lost to the average, 66 points to 73.
Lol.
Andy Cox beat Mike Redmond, 87 to 67. Phil Taylor beat Fraser, 90 points to 73.
Andy beat Redmond. Lol.
Oh, he obviously took a -4 as well, Andy Cox.
Yeah. I think Mike took a hit as well.
Yeah, it doesn't
Andy,
show you.
okay, let's give a special mention to Andy here, because I have a feeling that Andy, the pennies dropped and Andy's got it now, right? There's something happening. This boy, he's bubbling around at the bottom and pushing his way up the top. One to watch.
Plays
Eh?
wild card, he said in the chat earlier.
Oh,
in
yeah?
the Discord chat. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I lost to Phil Taylor.
Yeah, that's where we got to. Gar beat Chipper
Taylor.
Spice 86-64.
Oh, Battle
Christian
of the Americans.
beat Chris Jackson 88-59. Elusive Man beat Luciano 75-68. And my wife beat me 78 points to 70. So the top three, Adam is top still, so unsurprisingly, on 58 points, and Lou and Guar are on second joint on 45.
Nice.
So a bit of a
look
gap.
at that. 50% of the big head table, top four. 50% Americans, 50% Isaac household.
Not the 50% that I'm in. So.
No.
No.
All right. Well, that's good old football. I can certainly say that I am still watching a ton of it. I have renewed my subscription and I am really enjoying my football right now.
Are you watching live games?
Tons of live games. As many as I can.
That's why you're not getting so much gaming done, is it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
It's like a good 2-hour session, pretty much, a football match these days to watch the whole thing.
I think I've probably watched it on average so far almost 4 or 5 a day. It feels like
4 or 5 a day
on the Saturday. Yeah, on the Saturday,
right.
I'm watching almost all the games.
Oh yeah,
and then catching up with the other ones where
match
I can.
Match of the day.
Well, I'm not watching match of the day.
No, I'm
not watching match of the day.
You're getting your Lineker, Richards, and Shearer dose elsewhere.
Oh man, I was telling you, I was listening to. We might as well move on to what we've been doing. I went to the States this week, and I was listening to "The Rest Is Football." Oh, on the way back, fucking hell, Shearer talking to you. Have you heard that one about
the one the piano? The
piano one. Oh my god, I was crying. That was just brilliant. There's so many things in that podcast that just have me howling. It's great. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was in the wonderful state of Minnesota this weekend. I went to Minneapolis for a few days for work.
What's in Minneapolis?
Whereabouts in America is that? Paint us a picture.
Minneapolis is 2.5 hours on a flight west from me. So
that's like going to Spain for us, then.
Yeah, it's sort of I guess the mid. What do they call it?
Is it like Spain?
I don't. But they wouldn't call that the Midwest.
Midwest? Not Midwest.
No. Anyway, it's the north. I mean, it's Minnesota, right? And if you go further up north, you get to Fargo. That's where that's
actually a real place.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But it's like I didn't leave Canada, right? I got in a plane and it was
people
snowy
were
on
nice
the ground
there.
and cold. People were nice there. I got on a plane, snowy and cold. I got out.
People keep apologizing to you.
No, I mean it's still America, so it's obviously still
huge amount of weed being smoked around.
No, they've got that legalized, but I don't think they're rolling it out until next year. But very nice people, really nice. You know,
most people are nice.
Most people are nice, actually. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I think the thing that struck me about this visit was like, even though it was only it's only like an hour time difference, right? And a short hop across. Man, that short amount of traveling screws me up. Man, my whole body clock gets thrown out. Can't sleep, can't eat properly, can't poop properly. I mean, that's really what it's all about. It's the pooping, isn't it? Right?
Well, maybe that's what sets the rest of it off.
I don't know. I mean, losing the hour is no good because you sort of like you wake up at this ungodly hour in the morning in your hotel room.
You don't need to tell me about that. I'm an expert in all that shit.
Oh yeah, well, but anyway, there you go. First world problems. It was good. Ate well. I reckon I ate probably the best chicken sandwich I've ever eaten, which was nice.
We ate pretty good today.
Yep. What did you have?
My son played football, so I went and watched him play football. And on the way home, I'll get back to the football. We went to a place called The Anchor in Tilsworth, which is like it's a British pub, but they serve like I think it's a Green King pub, right? But the guy, I don't know if it's the there's a connection there anyway. Like the family, whoever, husband and wife, I don't know what, but they're Greek, so they do loads of Greek food as well
Right.
as normal food.
Korean
But it's
chips.
mostly like, so we ate between my wife and my son and me a mixed grill for two, and he had like he ordered a chicken souvlaki wrap thing, a chicken pita wrap, which had chips and like tzatziki and
Guiza
stuff.
or something. Yeah.
And yeah, so the fucking mixed grill, man, that was a lot of meat, a lot of delicious meat.
Oh,
Lamb
that's good.
chops, pork chops, big fat smoked sausage, 2 of each of these, or four lamb chops, 2 big pork chops, and then 2 chicken skewers. And it was like, bang, like Mr. Creosote when we finished. But yeah, that was amazing.
You
And
do
it
all
was-
right for your eating out. You're always eating out.
It was pretty cheap actually
Yeah, that's
for the
good.
3 of us. Like we went to one pub where we had a voucher, but they wouldn't honour the voucher because they've changed hands. And their menu, right, it was 15 quid for a fucking fish finger sandwich. Like it was like Lou was like, "Do you want to stay here?" And I looked at the menu. I was like, "It's 15 quid for a fish finger sandwich. Fuck off." So we didn't go there. We went to this other pub, and it was like 20 quid for the mixed grill for 2, and there was fucking loads of meat. So
Good stuff.
I think we made
That's
the
the
right
kind of
choice.
prices that makes you go back to that pub.
Yeah, and they do takeaway. You can phone them up and get takeaway. I was like, "Whoa,
Nice.
this is dangerous today." So, but yeah, that was good. But yeah, we went. It was like Adam played over in Luton today for his Luton Performance Development Centre, and because they don't have a full squad available, like they don't when they go training, there's like a maximum of 11 of them, so they don't have like a squad with subs and stuff when they play matches. So normally they get other people roped in from like the other PDC. There's one north, one south, or whatever. They get trialists in, but this time they roped in about I think it was about 7 or 8 of the elite level players who are not academy, but they're like the next step up from the PDC.
Right.
And we played MK Dons, and there was a dad that my wife knew from like football, whose lad was playing for MK Dons, and he said, I think they might have done the opposite and just roped in because they're supposedly similar levels, the 2 teams obviously, but it looks like they roped in some ringers who were a little bit shit, should we say? And it was 10-0 to Luton today, and it could have been 20, and their keeper saved fucking loads.
Nice.
And they just got like MK Dons got absolutely battered. And we're like, it was only 2-0 at half time, I think. And they'd dodgily ruled we scored, and it was like, no, it's offside. I was like, he was fucking miles on side. I don't know what are you talking about? And that was only 2-0. And then they scored again anyway. And I think it might have been 3-0 at half time. But yeah, they've absolutely fucking trounced them. And you know what it's like? If you're losing like that, it's very difficult to keep trying, I think. Like after a
no
point,
idea,
you're just
mate.
like, you just win. You're just a winner. You can imagine, I'm sure. Like once it gets to 5 or 6, you're like, for fuck's sake, can we just blow the whistle and go away? I don't want to play anymore.
Well, that's what I'm wondering about Sheffield tomorrow because they've got Wolves. And I'm decided I'm going for the Wolves captain.
Who are you? Interesting.
Neto for captain, yeah.
I've
Because they're
had
just
Neto
shippy.
in my team, and he's like, as soon as I had a sniff, he was back. I was like, he is going straight in my fucking team. He was awesome before he got injured.
Yeah.
It took him a couple of weeks, but yeah.
And they, I mean, they're leaking so many goals, and apparently, and I'm not clever enough to have spotted this, but somebody said on that Fancy Football Scout that they're, the side that Neto and whatever plays down, they're shit basically.
Yeah.
Sheffield United just don't have that covered very well. So
Well, he starts on the right, but just, I mean, he scored a great goal against Luton early on in the season. He just fucking just going past people like they're not there. It was what I was watching the Luton boys today. They were just like taking a couple of touches and just going past players, and it was just like, see ya. Fucking
nice.
yeah, it was like it would have been a struggle to be watching the MK Dons team today, but yeah, Luton were amazing. But that's Premier
right.
League versus League 1 or 2 or whatever they are now, I guess, now. Local rivalry.
I guess.
But
Yeah,
I
right.
think I'm gonna get Huang He-chan in for Jota on the old FPL.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be my sub in for my transferring this week.
All right. Let's
Another
move on from
Wolves
football,
player.
though.
Well,
Go on.
I've brought in Saka.
Oh, good move. Great, Dave. Hopefully you
Uh,
screwed him up for the rest of this season.
That was my that was my change this
Who'd you get rid
week.
of?
I don't know.
Was
Just
that- were
players
they
that
red?
weren't playing this
Were
players
injured?
that weren't playing this week.
Right.
So I got rid of 2. And I even who did I put on? I put on Jesus.
Oh, right, okay. Bit of a
But
gamble.
he's supposed to I know he's got
Bit
an
of a
injury.
gamble.
But it was either him or take a 6-point penalty. So I've just
Oh, so
hit
you already
take a
had him,
4.
did you? I see.
Yes.
I see. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were saying
So
you transferred him in.
no, I was light on people. So no, I took out Lou Diaz and Sterling, I think, because they weren't playing.
Yeah.
And I bought in Saka and somebody else, but I was literally just fighting to get a full team.
I think there'll
I
be a
don't
lot
think
of
I'm
teams
putting enough.
with
I've
not
only got
playing
10
full
out.
11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even. It's just winding me up. It's just winding me up.
All right, let's move on. Come on, because I was talking about what I've been doing, and now we're back onto football.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's not your fault, it's Neil's. Yeah. So anyway, trip to the US or whatever, work, whatever. But also, my son, as you may or may not know, is now working, so that's great. Has disposable income. Knows he has disposable income. Loaded up Helldivers. Was not getting the frames he wanted. Drops the money on a new graphics card. So that arrived for him today. He just bought a 4060. He's only 1080p gaming, so perfect for him. And yes, I have to say, he said, Dad, will you put the card in for me? I'm like, yeah, of course I will. No worries, I'll do it. How long do you think it'll take? Hour? And I was like, half an hour? I said, I really don't know. I mean, it's one of these things, right? You could
The hardest
budget.
bit is getting the old one out, usually.
Well, it's all these things, right? You always know. I mean, theoretically, everything going well.
I reckon that's a 10-minute job.
20 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
I can just pull the sides off my case now. They've got just pop-in things. So you just pull it off. Don't even unscrew the things. Pull it off. Press the button. Well, undo a couple of screws. Press the button to pop out my graphics card because I've got one of them now. And then just slot the new one in, screw the things in, and it fucking works, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So I opened the screws on the panel, popped the old one out, put the new one in, and then realized that the cable connector was different. But old Fraser had bought younger Fraser had bought a modular power supply, and it was a Rosewell power supply, and they gave me a case with all the cables that you can swap in and out, and I'd always kept it. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Went in. Yep, there it is, the right cable. Took the other old cables out, plugged the new cables in, then into the GPU, turned it on. Didn't even have to touch the drivers because all the drivers are same drivers. Awesome.
Okay.
Yep. So 15 minutes I reckon it took. Just with a little bit of fiddling on a couple of things, but not too shabby, eh?
Nice.
So
pleased with that.
What has he been testing it out on? Is he
nothing? No. I just did it. I put it in just before we started the show. So he's gonna. I got to send him a message actually and tell him. So he comes home tonight. He can.
Oh,
get
he's
on
not home.
it. But
he's not home.
No, but he's at work, paying for it. But it's Helldivers 2 was what was the slowdown on it. So particularly, I noticed it when he was on the ship. And he was running around the ship, and then you'd get a view of the outside space, right? Yeah. And then as soon as that was getting, his frames were just tanking.
Really?
But it wasn't even. He had a 1650 Super.
Right. Okay.
Which more than a capable card, and still, is okay. But yeah, I mean, it's asking a lot of it. Some of the stuff. And he was dropping down to like the 40s, which is just janky.
It's all right on Steam Deck, right? People on Steam Deck will be loving that.
Well, to be honest, he probably could have locked it at 30 and it would look better. right?
Mm.
Would 30 locks look better than 40?
I don't know.
Shoehorned it
Depends
to
if you've got
60.
a variable refresh rate monitor. Probably not.
He fucking doesn't.
Yeah, well, I
He's
have.
got the cheapest one we could buy him.
You want to get yourself a G-Sync?
But it's fair enough. No, we did buy him a new monitor at Christmas, but we didn't buy him an all sync. But even a base like a base nice size 1080p monitor, they ain't cheap, right? So,
Yeah, they are.
but he's got a nice big monitor, and there's a difference between Neil cheap and Fraser cheap. Anyway, so he should notice a difference when he fires that up today. I was looking at possibly replacing his CPU, but I think he can get another year or two out of that. And I said to him, look, put the graphics card in. If you notice that everything looks fantastic compared to what it looked like before and you're not getting any problems, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We don't need to pull that CPU out yet, right? He's got the 3300X. I don't know if you remember that from a couple of years back, just around COVID.
You can upgrade to a 50-something.
Yeah, he could put his 5600X in, I think. So we know that.
I watched a video. The guy was going mad, but don't bother with the X unless it's cheaper than the 5600.
No, I didn't. I put a 5600 in mine. I didn't bother with the X. Yeah, you're paying for like about 2%,
2-3%. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's got the 3300X in there, which was the one they released, which was almost dedicated for gaming. It was a Ryzen 3, but it was a dedicated budget gaming CPU, far more focused for gaming. So it's running like a champ. I don't think he needs to change that yet. So I doubt it's going to bottleneck his system. So
nice.
So that's good. Yeah. Yeah, very nice.
Wait till he tries and plays Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get that. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to. Oh, Neil, yeah, you were talking about your footy. That is what you've been up to, then, is it?
That was it. Yeah.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we got that done. Dave.
A few things. I watched Wonka today. I don't know if anyone else has seen Wonka.
Ooh.
It's okay. It's a musical. They don't advertise it and sell it as a musical.
Of course they don't.
It's a musical.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's okay. But like the first,
the original Wonka was a musical, right? Wasn't it?
Really? The original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder was a film with music in it. This is a musical.
What, like a Mary Poppins when they do big dance scenes?
Yeah.
So there was a song that Willy Wonka sung in the Gene Wilder one, wasn't there?
There was a few. Yeah,
there was
when
the
they go down the
Oompa
river
Loompas.
and yes, yeah, they've done a few songs as well.
Doopity-doo and all that.
But that's the difference. It was a film with music and songs in it, but this is a musical. This is like you could see this at a theatre.
Songs.
It's not non-stop songs, but it's more of a film that if it was you watching it on stage, it would probably be exactly the same.
What I'm hearing is shit.
It's not very good. And we just watch it. You just watch it and think, I just want to watch the original Willy Wonka because that was so amazing. So yeah, poor Gene Wilder. I think he's not alive anymore, is he? He died.
It's been a while ago, that wasn't it?
But
it was
yeah,
a wilder ago.
A while ago. But every film that comes and tries to do Willy Wonka, it's just not Gene Wilder.
Was it Johnny Depp last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't very good either.
It wasn't too bad.
So I know it just wasn't Gene Wilder though. So
no, it wasn't.
No. So it was okay if you like musicals. It has the bloke from Smigadoon in it. He's quite funny in it. But yeah, so it's okay if you like musicals. We kind of put it on when we kind of put it on when we went, oh, it's not quite what we expected. So yeah, that was a bit pounce. Started watching Asteroid City. Neil started talking about it.
I had an email from Sky telling me it was on Sky Cinema.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Did you email them back?
I just read the bit and went, that sounds a bit shit.
No, it's a feel. Right, okay.
Is it a musical?
Asteroid City. No, it's not a musical. It's got like a lot of very famous people in. And in theory, it should have done really well, but it didn't.
It's funny
It
because
kind
no
of
one's heard of
kind of
it.
bombed. It's a film that is about a play that's a theatre play that's in the filmed as in it's really weird. It's so weird. Just watch 10 minutes of it.
No.
Oh my God, it's Wes Anderson, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
I don't do Wes Anderson.
What does he do? I keep hearing his
Aliens.
name. No,
I don't know.
not Aliens.
It's just to
That's
me,
not
it's
Aliens.
just
That's
no,
James
it's not
Cameron, isn't
not my cup of tea.
Yeah, Wes Anderson. Hang on a second.
All the Wes Anderson stuff strikes me as arty farty, but I don't think he pulls it off like he thinks he pulls it off.
Some
I find it
people,
all
he's
most
doing
of
all
his
right.
stuff. Hey, I'm not saying he's not doing all right. But
He's
I just
clearly
think
getting away with it. Is that what you're saying?
he's getting away with it. Yeah, a lot of people are drinking the Kool-Aid, the Wes Anderson Kool-Aid. I'm not.
I think this is a kind of film that you could do very well at the
Film festival.
awards ceremonies and things like that.
It's that sort of bullshit.
What
It's
are you
the same
doing?
sort of thing. Why
It's kind of like them smelling their own farts.
it is, and that's the same sort of thing behind this sort of whole Bill Murray worshipping, where everybody thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but really we only love him because of Caddyshack, and that's about it, right? And Ghostbusters. Let's face facts.
And
He
Groundhog
plays the same
Ghostbusters,
character in every
boom.
film, doesn't he?
Oh my God, some of his other
He
things
plays
are
Bill
dreadful.
Murray. It's like what's his name? Marky Mark. He plays Marky Mark in every film he's in.
Yeah. Anyway,
this film is so pompous, so up its own arse. It's like
Maybe we should talk about it a bit more.
It's like it's sneering at the people watching it and going, "See, this is art. This is
Right.
theater. Like, why aren't you enjoying it?" And honestly, 15 minutes, and I was like, "Fuck this shit. I'm not wasting." I
It's no
don't know, 2
Wonka, is it?
hours.
It's no Wonka.
I'd watch Wonka over.
Dave's putting himself
I should
through all
say.
this so that we don't have to. It's great.
Yeah, do not. Well,
I won't.
I will say 10 minutes. Watch it for 10
No.
minutes. Get past the first bit that's really weird. Then start watching it and go, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then go, "Yeah, no, Dave was right on this."
Maybe I should watch the last 10 minutes.
Maybe it turns into a
But I was
really
going
good
to choose
film.
any 10 minutes to watch.
Yeah.
I'll just watch the end credits that probably go on for 10 minutes.
Yeah. If you really want a really good sleep, put it on and go. Eh.
This is it. An insomnia cure.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
So yeah, that was my.
Have you done anything that's good then this week? How about you just
I went out on a motorbike today.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's the first time. I went down to.
This is a new one.
This is the new one, yeah. I went down
No,
to.
it's
Another new one.
a new one. Another
It's
new
not
one.
a one, no.
Is
It's
this season's bike?
It's my last new one.
Is this a wet weather bike?
No, I've still only got the one bike.
At what point will you have two bikes in the garage? Because that's got to be coming, hasn't it?
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
No. Not yet. I've got to make some room first, so I need a shed.
Don't you have a garage?
I've got a garage, but it's like a half garage. But it's full of
Big
stuff.
enough for
'cause I've got a
motorbike,
shed.
surely.
It's enough for one motorbike at the moment. When I get a shed, I can
Can't you
move
get one of
all
them
the other stuff.
Like a rock that's on the wall, so you're like, we have to come in and you like wheelie it in, park it on the wall.
I'm sure there's ways around it, but the simple answer: if I get a shed, I can move all the other shit apart from my motorbike and the freezer, the chest freezer, out of there, and then like there'll be more room.
You got a chest freezer?
Yeah.
Why don't you put a massive shed in the back, like almost like a second garage?
What, like another?
That's kind
building?
of like the plan. Yeah. Like
No.
I was gonna get a well, I'm looking at a 3x4 meter shed.
No, that's a shed. I'm saying garage. Like, go on, get something nice and big.
Right. Oh no, there's no room down the side. I can't. Yeah.
Do a big jump over the house.
Just do it with a big loop.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it's on the cards. But yeah, no, went down to it's a place called Bracknell, near Reading.
Berkshire.
I know Bracknell.
That's where the head
Bracknell.
of Waitrose is, I think. John Lewis.
John Lewis is at Bracknell, yeah.
No idea. So yeah, I went
So
down
is
there.
the Met
today.
office.
There you go. There's all
Met
these things
Office.
down at Bracknell. I'd never
Yeah.
really heard of Bracknell before until now, but
There you go.
Lots of roundabouts.
Not as many as
yeah,
Milton Keynes, I imagine.
probably
No.
no. But
But it's
no,
like a news. It's like I think Bracknell's basically like a news. It's not new anymore, but I mean, back when I
It
was
was a
young,
new town in the 60s.
it was a new town.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
it's
That's
kind of,
when
I
they
think
started
it's quite
Newtown.
next to Reading, isn't it? And kind of like
Yeah.
an offshoot.
Yeah,
from
it's south
Reading.
of Ascot, Windsor, and all that.
Right.
Not far.
Yeah. So
That's why
yeah.
I know it.
So I went down the A43,
Night spent in
M40.
Berkshire as well on Bracknell.
Yeah, sorry. What the fuck were you doing in Bracknell?
Oh, I was picking up stuff from work. So
Oh,
I had to pick up some laptops. I was like, do I go in a car? Do I go on a bike? Car, bike. It was quite nice this morning.
if you can go on the bike, go on
Obviously,
the bike.
it wasn't
right?
a very big thing you had to pick up.
Just laptop.
Just
Was it like
laptop.
a laptop charger or something? Oh,
No,
I've
no,
left the laptop charger in
I've
Bracknell.
got panniers and a back box as well. So yeah, I could fit quite a lot of stuff on my bike actually. About 8 laptops I took today, and a few other bits and bobs from chargers and cables and stuff. So
Perfect for a
yeah, just-
getaway vehicle, sounds like. From Curry's
yeah,
theft.
it was quite good getting through the traffic on the M40 because it was a bit. I think there was an accident or something. I just filtered through.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We had a stabbing in town.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
I don't know anything about it other than
In the buzz.
the high street was taped off the other night when a driver come in. He says the high street's all taped off. He goes, that usually means someone's been stabbed or something. I was like, oh, they might just be doing something down there, like probably busting someone for drugs or something. But apparently it was a stabbing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my daughter told me we had a shooting in town the other day, but I've yet to find any information on it. So
Wasn't those aliens or something? Was it? Apparently there was a police confronted an alien in America
Did they?
somewhere a little while ago, but then it was all denied and there was no video of it. It was a big social media thing. It was so weird.
What a waste of energy.
There's no video. Nobody's saying anything about it. But it's like, oh yeah, there's an alien.
Must be true then.
Yeah.
You got on Facebook?
I think it was in Facebook. Yeah.
All right. Anything else then, or should we just move on to what we've been playing?
That's it, really. Oh, and I've been to the gym lots this week.
Good stuff.
I have not been to the gym
Not
in
good
many
stuff.
a month.
Come on, you got to.
Are you still swimming?
Make use of the...
You've been swimming?
I'm still swimming.
I went swimming. I swam on Monday.
Good for you.
Why haven't you been going now? Can't you pay for it? You might as well.
I don't pay for it.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, do you pay to go?
No, I don't pay. When was the last time I went to the gym? It was about 5 years ago.
Oh, I thought you.
Are we going to pile on? Are we piling on Neil now about his exercise? Come on
I
now.
get 3 nights of exercise, but
No, work doesn't count. It never
fucking
counts.
does when I the work I do.
You were going to do other stuff. You were running. What's going to take its place?
Yeah, you've been couch to 5K.
You're telling us about all this meat you've been eating. How about you tell us about all, how...
I'm changing jobs
right.
soon. So
Are you?
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think it's got,
Same
I think
job
I've got
or different
2 more weeks
shifts,
of
or-
nights. 2 more weeks of nights. And then I'm changing to days.
You're going to something regular and normal.
Yeah. Still the same amount of hours, but I have to go in 5 times. So it's lots of short shifts, which is not.
Well, I think
ideal,
that'll
but
probably be better for your mental health.
Yes. Hopefully.
Yes.
Won't be no more staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning playing video games.
Good. I'll make you
All
know.
right. Is that how you feel about it, is it?
What time's the start? Is it like just a
Oh,
normal
that'll be
night?
like
Is it-
arranged between 11:30 and 1:30, and then on a Sunday it'll be at 8 o'clock. So,
That's not bad.
yeah, so it's all right. Don't have to work evenings. It's all right.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Similar
few weeks.
thing with what you do.
Yeah, working fruit and veg, lifting the old big crates of carrots and all that nonsense. So I'll still be getting plenty of exercise.
Good. You can go do your swimming in the evenings or something. All right, let's move on to what we've been playing. I do All right, you got some more Brotato. Neil, you might as well go first.
Well, I've played a little bit of Brotato, but it's
Okay,
definitely
well,
hit the
we
back
all know
burner
about Brotato.
the
So is
last
there
few
anything we need
days.
to talk about Brotato?
I've finished Danger Level 2, I think.
Ooh,
Unlocked a few
done.
more egg potato guys. But yeah, there's not really anything new to say about that other than I've made a bit more progress. I'm not anywhere near the 1,000 Gs that Mr. Pilchreed managed. So
I know he smashed through that, didn't it?
yeah, that didn't take him too long either. He smashed through that in a couple of weeks, it felt like. Must have just played nothing but Potato for a couple of weeks. But yeah, if it's a cool game, but I now have a new game, which is
All right. I'll tell you what, can you just talk about that? Because I've just got, you can see here, look, there's somebody here standing behind me. It's exactly 5 o'clock. It's his dinner time. It's like clockwork.
Right.
I'll talk
I
about
just
a game that
talk about
a B game, but not the new game.
Bloodborne.
Yes, I'll talk about Bloodborne briefly.
All right, I'll be back 2-6.
So yeah, I've been playing a little bit more. Made a bit more progress. Did I remember this? I was talking about the guy with the big Gatling gun and how he kicked my
Yes.
arse. I haven't been back to see him. He's still
'Cause he
there
kicked
with
your
his
arse.
big Gatling gun. I've bought
Right.
a new sword. I got a load of blood echoes together, and I was like over 12,000 or whatever. So I thought, ooh, I could go and do. I could have gone and leveled up a few times, but went back to the Hunter's Dream. It's called, isn't it? Something. The sort of hub area, safe hub area where you go to level up and whatnot. Saw the lady, and she leveled me strength up and skill up, and then I went to see the Bath Messenger.
The bath message.
The Bath Messenger, bath as in what you go and have a wash in.
Oh, right, okay.
Except this is like a bird bath, but there's got some little weird,
Right.
just
This is so
weird,
weird.
little creepy things. This loads of heads go make this horrible noise. But they sell you things. So I went and bought a new weapon called Kirkhammer, which is
As in Captain Kirk Hanna.
yeah, it's Captain Kirk, but it's not called
Right.
Captain Kirkhammer. It's just called a Kirkhammer.
Just goes around kissing all the girls.
No. Well, kisses them in a less affectionate way
Right.
because
Scottish kiss.
it's like obviously the thing with Bloodborne is you like my axe is like a normal axe, and you can dual wield like the axe in right hand and then a gun or a shield or whatever in your left hand, or you can extend the axe to like a really long axe, which is on screen at the minute if you're watching. But the Kirkhammer is like a sword when you've got dual wielding with your pistol or your whatever gun shield thing. But when you extend it or alternate the weapon type, he plonks the sword into a big thing on the back, and it's a fucking giant hammer, which is pretty cool. So you're quite nimble with the sword, and you can do loads of slashy damage, and then you can
roll away.
Stick your sword in the big block of stone, and then you can just wallop things extremely hard, but it obviously takes a long time versus using the sword. So you've got a bit of new things to learn, new play style to pick up.
Is it quick to do that?
Yeah.
Like if you stun them, you can quickly get a few whacks in with the.
Well, you can't do quick whacks with the big blunt hammer for sure, because it's like a real slow.
But if they're stunned, if you've
yeah, I guess. To be fair, I don't tend to like most of the minions. You don't. They just like slash, and they're fucking dead. Right. But yeah, I got to the next big boss, and there's because I'd made a point of searching all of the nooks and crannies before I got there. I'd had a little chat with someone called Alfred on the way, like quite early on in the game. And we had a nice little chin wag, and he told me some stuff about some stuff that I can't remember. And then when I got to this area, I was like, oh, what's that down there? It's like glowing red. So I went trotting over to it, and it's like, summon Alfred, blah, 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 whatever his fucking title is. I was like, oh, this is the boss. So that's when I went back to the fucking Hunter's Dream quickly and went, because I unlocked a shortcut back, like you do in these games. And I was like, run up the shortcut, go and level up, buy my new big weapon. And then I went back to the boss, and that boss is a motherfucker. Takes ages. It's got so much health. I was like, oh, I was keeping Alfred alive. We were taking it in turns to have a good slash and a wallop. And he got really low on health a couple of times, but I managed to keep him alive by like aggroing the boss towards me, and like he'd then heal up. But fucking hell, he eventually died, and I was just like, my god, there's still like a third of a health bar on this thing, and we'd been properly going at it for ages. And so the boss killed me. So bollocks. The blood-starved beast is what we were fighting. So yeah, that's where we're at in Bloodborne. You timed that perfectly, Fraser. You missed the whole Bloodborne chat.
Well, it sounds to me like Bloodborne might still be in the conversations again.
Well, there's a long
Later.
way to go, it would appear.
Right.
So it's whether I continue now or whether I have another break and get some other things done, I guess. But I don't know. It's my PlayStation game at the moment. I play that on my PlayStation when I play on that.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
yeah, I've got the other From game on the PC, the Armored Core, which is a bit different type of game. But playing a bit of that as well.
All right. Well, we'll come back to that, shall we? Let's move on. Let's throw something at Dave then. What do you got, Dave?
Helldivers 2.
I thought you'd refunded this, didn't you?
I did. I picked it up again.
Yes.
So
You picked it up again?
I picked it up again. I had the money in the bank. I had the money in my Steam wallet.
Okay, so I'm interested here. I mean, I get it. I think I bought Hunt and then refunded it and then bought it again.
Yeah.
You bought it Hunt twice, I think, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you're a legend at this.
So for basically after I refunded it and after last week I did a bit of research and there were known issues and there's known fixes and changes that you've got to make in the graphics card so that it doesn't crash as much. Or at all, really. It's a known issue with AMD X9000s, XTXs.
Shit cards, basically.
Yeah, the shittest cards. And what I didn't realize
NVIDIA bros, what?
what I didn't realize it was running it at 400 frames. It was basically running it at full capacity as much as possible. It was running it at like 400 frames a second. But then when it was trying to do more complicated stuff, it'd run out of memory and just crash the game because the whole game was pushing it to its limit
Did you
all
have
the
an
time as
FPS
much as possible. So I didn't have an FPS cap on it, which I've now done.
counter.
Oh no, yeah, on a
sorry.
counter. Yes, sorry, counter.
You could see it running at high frames.
I wasn't really looking at that when I was.
It's a bit
doing it
frantic,
before,
isn't it?
it is. But like after like reading about it, I looked at it and realized, yeah, it was running at between 400 and 450 frames a second. So yeah, so I made the changes. What was needed.
And what did you end up just having to put a frame cap on it, basically?
I put a frame cap of 120 on it.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Yeah, perfect. That fixed it. There's been numerous updates and things. They've also recently capped. Well, not capped. They've added an idle timer to kick people out of the game because people were just idling it because and it was quite difficult to get into games. There was about 3 or 4 nights between Sunday and today that I couldn't get in a game at all between like 8 o'clock and 11.
Yeah.
Which was frustrating.
Aggravating.
But the times that I did get in, I had a few lunchtime games, I had a few morning games, and that was fine. But now they've added an idle timer because people were just sitting there, staying in the game, because they didn't want to go back and try and get in the game later.
Yeah,
So
right. Yeah. But that's right.
the-
Stan came up to me because Stan bought it too, and he came up and said to me, I said to him, I think it was yesterday. I said, "You want to come in the bayou? Come on, go in with Neil. Do you want to come in for a fight?" And he's like, "Well, depends if I'm queuing." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, it depends if I got a queue." I said, "You don't have to queue for for Hunt. He goes, no, Helldivers. If I got a queue for hours in Helldivers, then I'll come play with you. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
everybody's wrestling with that right now. I'm hovering over the buy button, but I
They're
am waiting to
increasing
hear what
server
else.
capacity this weekend, I read, by another 70,000.
Well, I'll tell you what, the biggest thing that could drive me to this now would be Dave or Matt probably saying that, and Neil, I guess, saying they're going to get it.
Well, I've got another purchase I need to make.
you need to make. It's a phenomenal game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, big words.
I don't normally go in for these games as a service. You know, I jump in and out of Hunt now and again. That's a games as a service. They've got a battle pass and everything like that. This game will keep me going. I think, you know, fucking couple of weeks you go, oh, you're playing Helldivers anymore? No. But no, it's the perfect mix of frantic action, stupid stupid things happening. I was playing with Mark Lethorius. Is it Mark Lethorius?
Lethius.
Lethesius.
But his Mark. Yes.
He's put in
Yes.
God,
He's been
30
playing
hours.
it a lot. We had a quick chat last night.
Yeah, he's been proper.
Did we talk about it? Because I just remember raging.
No, you weren't there.
In. Oh, okay.
Me and Mark, you went off, and me and Mark chatted about Helldivers.
Oh, I went off. I had to go have a break because I was so ragey.
But no, yeah, he's put in like the proper time, and
he's playing with his brothers apparently. So
yeah, I jumped into a game with him on Monday, I think it was, with somebody else, with one of his friends, and it's so funny. When it doesn't go right, it's funny because it doesn't go right, and the way it does it, there's very little consequence of you dying. There's very little consequence of you accidentally blowing somebody up because you've put down a normal bombardment onto their location, or they've just charged right in. You can see where people put bombardments or things, but because things happen so quickly, it's just a comedy of errors.
Sorry, explain to me. And I bizarrely, even though I have no idea what this game is about.
Okay, so
I keep thinking Starship Troopers,
and
I don't think it's
Starship Troopers.
And I don't think it's any coincidence that Stan was watching Starship Troopers.
Apparently, loads of people are watching Starship Troopers because of this.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's having a huge boom.
It's that and Terminator as well, with the bots. The bots are very Terminator-like. Some of them are. Some of quite different, but and RoboCop maybe a little RoboCop, a little Terminator. But it's big bugs, and you've basically you've given an objective that you've got to complete, blow all the bugs up, or you know, kill the queen of the bugs in this area, or you know, secure an area, or lots of all the different missions have slightly different objectives. But in the maps, a map is generated, and you've got other things are available. So like liberating an outpost or shutting down a radar station and other bits. So it's not only the main objective, there's other little objectives.
So is it a bit like open worldy when you get in it? Or is it like a sort of
no,
map?
it's so you start off and basically it's Super Earth and all the areas and other planets around it, and when I've been in certain areas are being taken over by bugs, or you're fighting them back. This is all very similar to Helldivers 1 apparently, but I didn't
because
know
there is
that.
a full scale like simulated conflict going on, like
Yes.
what do you call it, like a huge thing going on which you're all playing a part in.
Yeah, everyone playing and all the teams that are participating and all the battles that you're making is making a difference on a grand scale of
you're playing your part.
Humans versus the bugs or the bots. Yeah. So you go and you go in and you can either start a new mission, which is a new mission map, and it's just it's well, I say a small map. It's it's probably like 5 kilometers by 5 kilometers. It's quite large in its scale, and you're sort of pushed towards the objectives with how the gameplay is set out. And then you complete the objectives, and then you've got to extract. You go to the extraction point, and you've got to call down a not a helicopter, but it's like like a plane, and then
So
you wait for that, and then there's waves of enemies that come or don't, depending on the map and difficulty, and then you get out and you get points and credits, and there's like 3 different currencies in this game. You can buy upgrades for your character, you can buy like new stratagems, and new armors and guns and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot to it.
is there? I wonder. See, a part of me is quite. It sounds like, oh yeah, I'd like to jump in and play this, but I think a big part of it is FOMO, right? Everyone else is talking about it. I don't want to, because we were all talking about. Geez, what was the other
Lethal
one?
Company.
Lethal Company. Everyone, that was great. That was great fun.
Yeah.
And suddenly it just dropped off right after
Yeah.
a week or two.
Yeah, I think
so. I'm curious.
This is definitely not Lethal Company.
What I'm curious about, I suppose, is the balancing, right? Because the thing that's going to keep you there once all the novelty wears off, there's no PvP, is there?
No, and they will never add PvP. They stated.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction of longevity?
For me, you can go into missions as a one person. You can go into missions as a one person and call in reinforcements, so you can ask for randos to come in and help you. You can go in as a team of 1 to 4, or 2 to 4, should I say, of your choosing. So I've been on missions on my own. I've been in missions and I've called other people in, and I've joined random missions, and I've been playing with friends, and the missions will always be up to 40 minutes, 45 minutes long.
Right.
After 40 minutes, your main carrier leaves the map, and you can't call in additional stratagems. So you can't call down bombardments or extra supplies or reinforce people that lose your squad. So you want to get out.
You want to get her done.
Get it done in 40 minutes. So some teams I've gone in and basically gone around the map and cleaned up every single objective, everything, and then extracted. There's been other times where it's been like 5 minutes, like literally go and hit the main target and jump out. I don't know what the optimal way or optimal thing that you should do. People seem to think that you should do everything on the map, but if you do the main objective very quickly, get out, and then jump into another game, you're probably going to be earning more credits. Is a trade-off. But no, it's I love it. It's
good.
really good. It's
actually my because my son's got it. Actually, I looked earlier and it is share play, so I can have a go on that later on this evening. Hang on, I've got a child at the door.
Yeah, I've always liked the look of it, and I thought it looks really cool, but I don't know if I can get into one of these. Like, it reminds me. I know it's not really like that, but Destiny kind of killed me with these kind of things.
Right. Yeah, games as a service. Like, you got to keep playing. You got to get all the upgrades. You got to do the battle.
You're just rinsing and repeating the same thing over and over again, which I guess is a lot of like Call of Duty. All of that, they're all the same. You'll do the same thing over and over and over and over again, effectively, if you get into it. But the thing is, there's, like you said, there's no PvP. That's like the reason I'm playing Hunt. Still, having like had months off and got back into it. Now I just don't give a shit if I die.
Right.
Like I was watching, what's his name, Psycho Ghost earlier. We're going to talk about Hunt for a minute. Just onto this, but
right.
How he says, once you get so many hundreds of hours in, you just stop caring about losing things. Well, you know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, do they, Fraser?
Yeah.
But I've like it was when I was playing it before, it got to the point where it was pissing me off when I got shot and just die. And it'd be like, oh, it's doing my head in. But now, if I die, I'm just like, oh, whatever. I've just died. I've got fucking tons of money. I'm not prestiging. There's no point for me. I'm just gonna carry on
You
playing.
have to stop caring a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's the rub we have a little bit with Matt, is that he's sort of super focused on his stats and stuff, whereas
Yeah.
you have the problem. I think the disconnect there for me is the fact that when I started playing Hunt, I had a lot more spare time to like play like Matt and whatever. For me, I can't do the big long. I can still play them once in a while, the games that are drawn out and careful and successful. But really, if I have limited time, I need to get in there and get a game going, right?
You just want to
Because
shoot fools, don't you?
that's pretty much, you just want to shoot shit, right? Yeah, absolutely. That's it.
Yeah. And if they shoot you, so be it. You're like, oh well.
I do want to. I get annoyed when I know when I've lost a fight that I'm pretty sure we should have won, and that can be for any number of reasons. Last night it was your fault we lost, but there have been other times.
Well, that was a
where
learning. It was a learning experience.
Of course it was. No, it was good. Yeah, it was good. It was fine, right? I should have pointed it out and noticed it. So I mean, it's fine. It's a team game, but I'm loving the
So come on,
duos, man.
tell me what happened last night, because Fraser, you were obviously pissed off.
Thing
Was it
is,
last night that you
what he doesn't
were
say
raging?
is he keeps fucking dying, and then I'm the only one left trying to fucking get him back alive.
He is.
Well,
No,
there's two
Neil
people
is,
running around trying to kill me.
Neil is correct. I do die. I was dying a lot, but we had the body under control, really.
Like,
and then
what
we
happened
lost-
was Fraser got shot. I was getting pushed by the two of them. The two remain. There was only the other two other guys we were in a scrap with, and one of them pushed quite quickly towards me. I was on top of a roof. Right? I'm on a roof. When you walk around the roof, it makes loads of fucking noise, so everyone knows you're on the roof.
Mm.
So this guy come running towards me, and I was like, I just lobbed like a firebomb, because like there was like they had to climb up a ladder, and there was like another a lower roof below me. So there was like 2 levels. I was 2 levels up, not massively high, but yeah. So they climbed up this ladder, and before I'd lobbed this thing down at the bottom of the ladder. So there's a huge fucking fireball wherever they were. I didn't know they were there. I just got lucky, and they climbed up the ladder on fire. And once they got off the ladder, I was like, flap, 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 shot them, killed them. But there was still one knocking around. So this guy I'd killed was on fire. They were burning. So like once they burned, if you burn them long enough, they're fucking dead. They can't get rezzed by their mate.
Dead. Yeah.
Unless, apparently, the guy's got a bounty, which I didn't know. So
and
these
so Neil,
both of them have got the bounty.
I can take over the story here. So Neil did, and the reason I'm taking it over is just to say that Neil did well. He killed the guy, crisped him, and he came to pick me up, and all that was fantastic, right? That was all by the book, 100%. But there was no cover for that for the guy he'd rotated.
No, because I even said the guy's on the roof. He's gone up the roof, and I was like, that's fine, because the other guy can't get him up anyway. So I chucked a stick of dynamite up there. Missed, I think. But then it turns out the 2 of them are back up, which I didn't know you could
anyway.
do. So
it
he
was all
shouted
good.
at me.
I shouted at him.
That's when he had his little break.
No,
That's
it
when-
wasn't.
that's
That
when
was
Mark-
afterwards.
was it?
That was
Was
when you died. Shall we just say on this one, Neil was dead outside the encampment, and I pushed the guys, set myself on fire, and Neil had also been talking about how I'd been missing everything all night. I came out, set myself on fire to sneak out of a door, shot the guy with the arrow, but his buddy was on the right with a shotgun, and he just melted me. So it's
Hunt
fucking.
giveth and hunt taketh away.
So yeah, I mean, we all have our ups and downs. We all have.
But
our ups and downs.
we had a pretty, on the whole, we killed a lot of people last night.
It was good duo play. It's good duo play.
I like killing people. Not real people,
Yeah.
obviously, but in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Like killing zombies, killing the bosses, I ain't too bothered about that. I just like shooting the other people. Not so keen on when they shoot.
Is that where you get your money's worth out of that game? Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I like the bosses though. They do present a
yeah.
nice
Well,
challenge, but a lot of it is managing your area as well, right? I think that's the other thing, which can catch you out is if you're, that Immo came and beat the shit out of the back of my head.
Fucking annoying. There's one that it was all under control, and then fucking Immo just ran straight into my face, and I was like, "Go away!" And I was like, I had all the I had the wrong gun. I had a gun out, and I went to fucking punch him. And I was like, no, I've just shot him, which means he just goes, boom, there was this huge fireball. And you're like, oh, it's just like, you're on about comedy of errors in Helldivers. Well, that's like, yeah. I shot the guy right next to me. I was like, fuck, because you got a couple of seconds before
It would have
they
been all right
explode.
if we weren't fighting the guy at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right.
So then I run away. I'm on fire. I managed to put myself out. Then I've got to turn around and punch the immolator because he's still alive. And then the fucking load of dogs come along, and you're like, fuck. So yeah.
Anyway, hunt's good times. Sorry, we diverged to Hunt from Helldivers 2. So no PvP. Were you saying you had concerns then for Helldivers 2, Neil? Same as me, maybe?
No, it's just like it's the repetitive nature. It's like I said, I played fucking thousands of hours of Destiny 2. And I just like a lot of that is just doing the same thing over and over and over and again to get a new shiny.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking about Destiny 2. That's what do you think, Dave? Is that fair, or what do you reckon?
I don't know. It's a different ball game to me. One's a first person shooter, and then one's a third person PvE, objective based team game.
Yeah.
So
I need to jump in and have a look.
I'm sure it'll be a laugh, but I just
Game
can't see me playing it. I can't see me putting hundreds of hours into it.
Just get it anyway, and then if you don't like it, refund it.
Got to buy Elden Ring DLC.
I don't know, maybe your son can, or maybe I could share my Steam game library with Neil. I don't know if I can actually.
Yeah,
there's ways, but
you have to share your passwords though.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh no, you'll find out.
I don't know if you two could. Don't know if you two could trust each other.
Weird Japanese sex games that I've got.
Yeah, well, you didn't talk about that one last week, Dave. What was that called? Astral something? Was it or something?
All right. Let's go to Neil, because you've got two more games which I think are going to give us some good time.
Right, say that. I have not played loads of Armored Core. I've been playing a bit, but just not loads.
How did your purchase of Armored Core come about?
Well, that's been on my wish list since I first learned of it coming out. Being a From Software game, A, and B, having giant mechs in it. And largely having like there not being an Armored Core for I don't know how long, but having a very good reputation for the old games, which I'd never played any of, didn't know anything about them. But I was like, that looks cool as shit. So when I saw it, and obviously I appreciate that they make a good game largely. So I was like, put it on my wish list, waited for it to come on sale. Came on sale on Steam, but when I looked, I was like, oh, it's an extra £5 off at Green Man Gaming. I don't get the chance to refund it if I buy it from Green Man Gaming, but screw it, I'm probably never going to refund it anyway. So I bought it there, so for £30. So I've not made tons of progress. I've got to the first big. There's like a gigantic AT-AT walker type thing that you have to blow up. It doesn't look like an AT-AT walker, but that's like the gist of it. It's this fucking giant thing on legs, stomping around.
Is this going up on the Twitch? No.
Oh, I don't know if I can get.
I use my imagination then.
So. I'd have to do a lot more searching.
Don't worry about it.
So I've bought some new bits and bobs for me mech. Got some new arms. Got some new guns and new missiles and stuff. And yeah, I'm not probably playing it enough to like get into the groove. Like I probably need to just focus and play it for a good week or two to like consistently. To get the gist of the combat, because like fighting the big thing, like you are largely left alone to fight this giant fucking walker thing. It's got you have to get close to it, so there's a few little minions like in this mission that you have to get past. And I tried to kill all of those, but what was happening was this thing's got the fucking giant laser cannon on it, which just like shoots across the landscape, and you've got a chance to like dodge out of the way of it, but if you fuck up the dodge, it just like takes out most of your health, and you've only got like 3 first aid kits effectively to like boost your health back up. So in the end, I was just like, I'm just going to beeline it big time for the big boss, because once you're in the boss area, it like all the other minions of like you don't have to worry about them. So it says like your handler on the radio is like, take out one of its legs, sort of thing. So you have to like focus on the joint of one of the legs, fucking blow it up, get loads of damage on that, and then eventually it like falls over and stops moving. So then you've got because you've got like a jetpack thing that boosts you up as well as horizontally. So you like have to fly up this giant structure, get onto the top of it, and once you get to the top, there's like these 3 power generators that you've got to blow up before it will let you get to the actual big weapon thing at the end. So it's like a multi-phase boss fight.
Yeah.
But like this is like I say, this is a From Software game. The deal with this is though, if you die, you just get restart from a checkpoint. You don't have to like go through the whole. Like you have to get to a checkpoint, obviously.
So just because it's a From Software game,
it's not like an open world.
really
Dark
a-
Souls.
it's not really like a. From
It's a lot
Software
more
game.
forgiving than like a Dark Souls or anything.
Yeah.
So like you just get to go back, and you like when you go back in from a checkpoint, you get all 3 of your lives back, sort of thing. You're 3 of your health kit boosters back. So if you've only got 1 when you get to like the last phase of the boss fight, but you die, you just start from the checkpoint and you've got your 3 health kits back from like that you got. So it makes it a bit easier. But it's not quite as satisfying probably as doing it all in one go. But it's not super frustrating. And it took me quite a few efforts to get through that boss fight because it's like I say, it's just fucking gigantic, and you look like a tiny little Lego thing compared to this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you look quite big normally, and like you're stomping around as a giant mech, but then this thing's just fucking enormous. So yeah, and all like the explosion shit and all that. It looks cool as fuck when you're playing it, but it's quite hard, but like a lot more forgiving. And stuff,
Yeah.
and like the upgrade patterns, like you're getting all like I've only just unlocked like you've got like a weapon in each arm, hand, whatever. Like you can have like big rifles, charge up rifles that like a rail gun type of thing, or like little machine guns, or massive hand cannons, or shotgun type things, or like a sword. And then on the back, you've got 2 points where you can have missile launchers, and shields, and I can't remember what else. There's other stuff, but yeah,
cool
it
mech
is just-
stuff.
Yeah, cool mech stuff. Like the more missiles are cool because like you lock on, you just automatically locks on, and you just go, and all these missiles just go.
Yeah, see, I'd really like to see this game just to see this game, because it's going to be cool. I got a feeling.
If only somebody could stream it now.
Yeah, well, maybe when I'm not sleeping during the day,
Yeah.
I might do a bit more streaming. I'm hoping that's going to give me a bit of a window to do something like that. So,
I imagine this is going to come to Game Pass or something like that, right? Has it got that much appeal out the west in the
I
west?
think so. I mean, it's very it's like done well. It's not Dark Souls numbers, obviously, but it's done all right. It was in like a lot of people's honourable mentions, at least for last year, and some people's games of the year lists. So yeah, there's a lot for me to do still, and yeah, that's what I'm at. I've got these 2 monster games on the go at the minute, and I'm like, I should probably just nail one down and crack on with it.
And Helldivers is there stacking up. So it's a good glut of games again. Let's go, right?
Yes.
It's good.
Yes.
All right, what else we got?
Yeah.
It's one more for Dave, one more for
Yeah.
Neil.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dave?
It's an old one. I've been playing a lot of Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord.
yeah.
When I haven't been playing Helldivers because I couldn't get in, I've been picking that up again. And it picked right up from where I left off, and I couldn't remember a thing. So I've randomly started playing it again. I was like, nope, don't remember this at all. So had to restart a few times. But no, yeah, Mountain Blade 2, still a really good game.
Can't remember exactly which one that was. It's a hack and slash. Is it?
It's a sort of grand strategy.
Oh no! It's just the one where you
It's
can
like
marry
Genghis Khan
your
Simulator.
pig or something like that, and you have all the lineages.
No, that's
I'm
Crusader
sure you-
Kings.
That's Crusader Kings.
Oh, okay.
This is basically that, but with
Massive fights.
massive fights as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. Sorry, there's a dog being chucked into the room. Come on, up here, go. And yeah, it's still really good. Still lots of things going on. I'm still trying to make a kingdom on my own. And yeah, sort of build up my armies and stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of got put onto this because there's a game that's coming out on Steam shortly called Kingmakers.
Oh yeah, I've heard a bit of buzz about this.
Kingmakers. So I think it's similar to Mountain Blade 2, but with what would be mods. So people have modded Mountain Blade 2 to have like unlimited sort of machine gun style what's it called? Bow and arrows. Whereas this Kingmakers is you're a future you're time traveling army man with machine guns, and you're going in changing history by changing battles and making other people kings, or you're changing history to change your future.
Like Terminator.
So like that you're going into battles with like a 4x4 and a machine gun, or attack helicopters.
Against the Romans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see a guy throwing grenades in on
yeah. So like,
knights.
so that reminded me of Mountain Blade, because they are so good. And I have been meaning to like download mods and do some of these basically game breaking machine guns, but I haven't done that because to be honest, I've just been enjoying playing the actual game itself, with the combat and everything like how it is. So yeah, but the only reason I'm playing it is because I couldn't play Helldivers. So now that I can play more Helldivers because the idlers are being kicked, I'll probably focus on that. But it's still a good game if you got it,
It looks
or if you haven't.
bonkers.
Huh?
It just looks bonkers.
What, Mountain Blade?
Kingmakers.
No, we're not looking at Kingmakers. We're looking at Mountain
Oh.
Blade 2. You might be looking
Mountain
at
Blade. Yeah.
Kingmakers looks mental.
Kingmakers.
That does look mental. Yeah. And that's apparently it's co-op as well. Kingmakers. I don't know how it's gonna. I'm not sure if it's gonna like instance each battle as part of a level. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how Kingmakers is gonna go, but that's had a lot of good things said about it, and yeah, there's been a lot of news and hype about that recently. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me for games this week.
Right. Go on then, Neil.
Well, I bought another game. It wasn't very
Another
nice.
one.
You tried to get me to buy this last
Yes.
night.
I don't really know when I first heard about this game. It's called a Balatro, whatever you want to say. I looked up what it means. It's something to do with jesters. I guess in medieval times, maybe even before that.
Like a Joker.
Yes. So, Balatro is what do they call it? A poker-based roguelike deck builder. Except you already have a deck to start with, but you do add to it during your runs. But after your runs are finished, you don't keep the playing cards. It's complicated. So, you basically, I don't know where to start. You basically got to play poker hands to get points. So if you know how to play poker, you understand the cards you have to play. you play in flushes, straights, pairs, three of a kind, full houses, etc., etc. But in this game, you get given a hand of, say, is it 8 or 9 cards, or maybe 10? How many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I think it's 9. So you have a hand of 9 with which to play poker hands from. But like, obviously, when you play poker, if you play 5 cards, most people play Texas Hold'em. You've got to make a hand of 5 cards. But that is, like, obviously, if you have 5 cards in Texas Hold'em, only 2 of them might actually do anything. Like, you have to have a pair, but the other 3 might be fucking useless. So in this game, if you want to play a pair, you only literally have to play the two cards onto the playing area, and then you keep the rest of your hand back. And when you've played your pair, you get dealt 2 more cards. You get so many hands each round to get so many points to beat that blind. So you start with a small blind, a big blind, and then the boss blind in each round. Each ante has 3 rounds.
Yes.
And every time you beat a boss, the ante goes up, which means the blinds go up. So you have to get more and more points. The further you go, the more points you need to get a win. So that all sounds fairly simple, right? So what makes this interesting are, well, all the extra bits that aren't poker. Like, you have jokers. You're allowed, initially up to 5 jokers to influence your hands that you play. And there's, I don't know how many jokers there are in the game, a lot. Initially, you only have access to so many jokers. And each joker will have, like, a perk. So it will have, say, for every 9 in your hand, it will add 20 chips or whatever to your score. And your score is based on your chips times a multiplier. And some of the jokers will boost the multiplier, some of them boost the chips, some of them do crazy, more mad shit. Some of them add money to your bank because you have like a money fund. Every time you win a hand, whatever, you get some cash. And every round there's a little shop where you can potentially you get to buy jokers or card packs or vouchers. The vouchers might say, what example of a voucher would be, it costs you vouchers tend to be like $10. And for that voucher, it will say, the next time you go to a shop, the first re-roll is free or whatever. So you could re-roll the cards that you get dealt with. So usually it's $5 for a re-roll. The next time it'll be free.
Dave, there's a test on this at the end.
Fuck it, it gets complicated. It gets complicated. I'm trying to remember. There's so much stuff going on in this game that it's like,
all right, okay, we get it. I don't think we need.
But there's cards, also there's tarot. There's packs of cards like in the shop. So you buy a pack of normal cards, and it'll be like it says normal cards, but when you open the 3-card pack, one of them's a lucky card. So example, so like a 10 of diamonds,
like a foil card,
like a 10 of diamonds. Yeah, there's foils, there's luckies, there's holographics, there's glass cards, there's fucking tons of different things.
I read the reviews on this last night, and it was like a couple of people saying this is why my dad was into gambling or something like that, or I'm going to end up at gambling. I can feel this is
gambling.
It seems to have all the elements.
The only outlay here is 10 quid. You don't have to pay more money afterwards. So yeah, the thing with it is all of these things that add to your poker hands, or like multipliers and stuff like that. There's planet cards so a planet card, there'll be so many different types of planet, obviously, that come out, our solar system. I can't remember which one's which, but say Neptune, for example, will boost the level of your full house. So every time you play a full house, you get bonus chips and bonus multiplier. And so each planet influences one of the hands you can play, like a 2-pair, a 3 of a kind, blah, blah, blah. And every time you level it up, you get more chips and more multiplier every time, plus the points that's on each card's worth. And then there's tarot cards, which do all sorts of crazy shit. Change cards into different, like you can say you've got a whole deck of cards, say there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, say Jack King or whatever. and it increases the rank. So a jack becomes a queen, and a 10 becomes a jack. Blah blah blah, and then there's cards, tarot cards that might change one of your jokers into a foil, which boosts all of its stats. And then there's other types of cards. I can't remember what they're called. Spectral cards that do other weird shit.
I'm watching the video and I still don't understand.
It sounds. It
come on.
really
All right,
sounds
Neil,
really
we get it.
complicated.
Okay,
You don't get it. You don't get it until you play it.
No, I know we don't, and no one else does.
No, you don't get it until you start playing it, really. Because
Right,
I
okay,
watched it and I was like I got
Tell
to
us
the very
about how you
last
feel.
boss.
Tell us about how you feel when you play it.
What you feel is you're really thinking about trying to get loads of fucking points. So you're like looking at the jokers that come up and you're like, I think I know how to get loads of what it is you're trying to get loads and loads. By the end of it, you want to be getting hundreds of thousands of points.
So you're looking
So
for how
you
all
want to
these
try and
things
how these
interact
things,
with each other.
yeah, to get
And-
when you
well,
play
okay,
hands. Like the best I ever did, I got one of the cards that I pulled out ranked up my single pair. So the multipliers and the extra chips I was getting on a pair for just playing a simple pair of twos was getting me like fucking thousands and thousands of points, versus a flush was getting me like 200.
Right.
So it gets fucking bonkers, and like all of the way they put the cards, the jokers and everything play together, and sometimes you need to be careful which order they're in and all sorts of stuff. It gets deep. So there's a like I could be playing this game forever. It's like just.
It goes deep, but it sounded so simple.
Well, yeah, it makes poker look fucking simple. So yeah, I don't know how many things I got to the very last boss of like anti-8 round 3, last one, and I was just like playing pair after pair after pair, and I just didn't get enough points, nowhere near. It was just a bollocks. I was like a couple of 100,000 points off. I watched the developer and a YouTuber had obviously like been doing, because it's been out there's various demos have been out over the last 12 months or so, and obviously now it's at 1.0. And yeah, there was a stream running on the Steam page of the developer playing with like a YouTuber who'd obviously been getting loads of giving feedback and all that involved in the development process. And one of the guy's hands was like 9.5 million points. And I was like, how the fuck do you get to the point where you're earning 9.5 million points? So, yeah, it's cool. It's complicated, but, you know, it's fun. Like, you like playing poker, but now poker's even more fun because there's all this batshit stuff in there as well.
Right. Actually, which does sound all right. I'm going to have to get it, aren't I? I got to get it.
They do say there is an iOS version in
oh, that's right. That's what I said last night.
You
I did
were
check,
holding back because you wanted to get on your iPad.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't really. If it can play well on an iPad, which it sounds as though it probably would, that would be ideal for this. That would be a great way to just chill out somewhere away from the PC.
It was on Switch for $15, $15 US. I don't know if you can touchscreen it. I assume you can touchscreen Switch. Can you?
Can you touchscreen the Switch? I can't even remember.
I think so.
You can.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
And obviously, it's on, like Chill Robots has been on the Discord. I posted my best run, and he said, "Yeah, it's great."
My Switch Switch could do with some love. Then I could pick it up. I could do both, couldn't I? I could play it on the screen, or what? It's almost as if the Switch is a magical device in what it can do.
Yeah, well, you don't. If it's on the screen, obviously you'd be using Joypad. I
really would like it on my iPad, though. I think.
But yeah, apparently it plays great on Steam Deck. Those people who have things would be happy to hear.
Yeah, too rich for my blood.
What, Steam Deck or 10 quid on?
I think a Steam Deck for me would be just too big to lug around too.
It's just a luxury item.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most,
so
a lot of things are.
Balatro is a game I will be playing a lot more of, possibly for the rest of my life.
All right. Well, that's funny because I'll get it at some point, and then I'll talk about it like you're talking about it.
Yeah. I think I can see you really getting into it if you got it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Might have to go then onto the Switch version. I think I can't wait.
It's fucking 10 quid. You can afford it both.
Look at all money bags there.
February has been a long month for me.
Dude, this is like I'm sitting there. Both my kids are out tonight, and I'm just like, well, me and the wife should go out for a meal. I was like, I can't. Not this. This has got the
spent-
belts are tight.
January and February has been possibly the two biggest credit card months I've ever had.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's still going out and doing the big meat feast as
Yeah.
well.
we've got money in the bank. We've got money in the bank. Fuck it,
Oh,
Can't take it with you, can you?
you?
Can't take it with you.
No, it's true. True. So, all right, okay. Well, is that
game of the year?
Balatro?
You heard it
Yeah,
here
okay. I'll
first.
get on that. Okay, I can stretch to that, I'm sure. All right, okay. Well, look, that's all we got. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Dave, do you do your new and improved bit? Is it new and improved yet?
It is new and improved.
We'll see. We'll be the judge of that.
Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I don't know. You think there is? Are you suggesting
No.
there is?
No.
Is there something you want to get off your chest?
No.
This is a safe space for you to talk if you want to.
Absolutely not.
Cool. I will sign us out then. So I'll say thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask questions or get involved, please contact us either at sealpodcast@gmail.com. Join us on a Discord server. A link is pinned on Podbeam, YouTube. Oh, for God's sake! Oh, I've done it in the wrong order.
Yeah, it's Podbean. It's fine.
Lol.
The order doesn't matter. As long as
A
all the
link
things
is
are there.
pinned on Podbeam, X @Seal Podcast, and we have a YouTube channel. Which
Wait,
is
I thought we
at
were getting rid of Twitter.
Seal
That wasn't
Podcast.
going to be on here, was it anymore? I've
Well,
had
we-
my,
we
my
still
toys
use
out
it.
of the pram.
We
Alright.
We're
still
on Blue
post
Sky
to
as
it,
well,
and we
but-
still have a pinned tweet
Yes.
which has our Discord server on it. So I thought I'd mention it.
Don't
we
let
have
him put you off,
YouTube-
Dave.
We have YouTube and Twitch channels. Twitch @Seal Podcast, which we upload and stream to. I'm not going to do a shout out because I don't think anyone.
There's been no one in the chat tonight.
It's
Get
been very quiet.
in.
No messages, no Discords, no emails.
It feels like
Um,
that time of year, doesn't it? Where people are just like coming out of the winter shell, maybe a little bit, and
Well,
It's just,
no.
it's just wet here.
Or are we just tanking?
wet.
Just wait. Like maybe there was a dry spell. People got out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're sick of us. All right.
Well, I'm not sick of you guys yet, so
No, I'm not
No.
sick of us. Anyway, I checked the numbers. They're healthy. Obviously not on Twitch. They're not on.
We get
Oh,
views
well.
afterwards. People watch afterwards.
Yeah, we upload to
We
YouTube, don't we?
Yeah,
Get
do.
views on that.
We
well,
do
I
get
remember.
views
We
on
do.
that.
I don't know. The numbers, tracking the numbers now is nigh on impossible. Which is fine. Don't really
It's there
care
if you
anyway.
want it, people. That's all it is. You
Yeah.
know, if you don't get it within the first 2 weeks on Twitch, it's on YouTube. Or you just listen to the podcast on your podcast app of choice.
And
I
on-
don't even know
oh.
if we have any Apple reviews. I don't know if anyone's ever.
I do look occasionally, but very, very rarely.
No, I haven't checked for years.
If you want to shout out, do us an Apple review.
Yeah, and obviously tell us that you've done it because otherwise we
Yeah.
won't know.
You know what? The funny thing is, I was listening to the rest is football, and there was one bit, and I noticed I think on the last one I listened to, like they were talking about people sending in, stopping them in the street, or not that we're going to get stopped in the street, but just people saying, I love the podcast, right? So these guys have done all this famous stuff, but actually the podcast that they've gone and done and sort of really do on a bit of a social,
Right.
like they're driven by that thanks, right? I don't think they tend to sort of get it when they do television, but when the podcast, it's a bit more personal, right?
Oh, okay.
It feels like it. So it's
Right.
it's like when we get letters from people, do we get any letters this week? Do we get anything this week?
No,
But
I think so.
literally
It was a bit
nothing.
late putting stuff out, to be fair, because I was like, fuck me, it's 7 o'clock. I haven't fusted
man.
anything anyway.
The dream is over.
we do like the thanks, and we've had it before. on
Sometimes
this
people
page.
need a little nudge to remind them to, like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's fair enough.
we usually get
all
something
good.
once a week. So, but today, not so much. That's my bad for like.
That's
not
all right. It
thinking
feels like
about
there's
it.
something this week. People have been busy. All right. Well, no doubt we'll have something next week. Thank you very much for listening. And then we'll catch up with you all. Oh,
week.
what's next week? Why have I got a feeling that I can't do next week?
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
the
No, I should be
1st of
fine.
March?
First
1st of March?
of March.
No, I'll be fine. I'm sure. Maybe.
We'll see.
All right. Catch y'all later.
See you
Thanks,
soon.
guys.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.